Hello everyone and welcome to Total War Warhammer 2 with the announcement of the third installment of the game and its likely release later on this year at some point. I thought it would be nice to go through and run a couple of campaigns showcasing the more elaborate mods that have been created for the game and some of the factions that have been created for the game by modders as the game nears the end of its own development cycle, as the third game will kind of take over where this one finishes, just like this did for Warhammer 1. So we're going to play a Mortal Empires campaign, and thanks to Mixu and both his Unlocker and his Faction Overhaul mod, we are going to be playing as Mousillon, a combination of Bretonnia and Undead factions led by the Duke of Mousillon himself, Mallobaude, who believes himself to be the rightful king of Bretonnia. So that will be our initial goal, will be to conquer or subdue the remaining Bretonnian duchies, and then establish our dominance across the world, leading to an inevitable clash with the dread Archaon himself. I will also be recruiting the Red Duke. He is the probably more famous legendary lord from Mousillon. You can start as him, but I'm electing not to. I will recruit him, and he will become kind of a role-played blood dragon who is going to travel the world for me, hunting down enemy legendary lords and challenging them in battle. So if we look at how the faction plays out very quickly, it is we get the raised dead from the undead factions, so battle sites and famous battle sites allow us to raise new troops. Vampiric corruption is a thing for us, as it is for the AI in the main game. That carries across, and then we get a mixed roster with living peasants, powerful knights, and expendable undead. For the faction effects, we get enabled recruitment of Bretonnian units. We get a 50% penalty due to the presence or lack of corruption to our public order. Black Knights, Blood Knights, and the Damned Knights can now use Lance Formation, which is a great little addition. This was something that existed, I think it was in the... it might even have been as far back as the 5th edition. It was 5th or 6th edition Vampire Counts army books from the tabletop game allowed you to do a sub-faction using Mousillon as your base faction, and that would allow you to actually use the Bretonnian tabletop lance formation rules with Black Knights. It was kind of busted on the tabletop, but it's a lovely addition to have here. So for my lord, he causes fear when fighting against humans. No one's quite sure whether he's a vampire or not. With Mallobaude, obviously he is very accepting of the situation he's in. It's well known that the court of Mousillon entertains the undead and vampires, or at least it's very rumoured. He gets 10% weapon strength for his army when fighting against other humans, which will help me out when subduing Bretonnia. And he has a passive ability, Honour or Death, which we will look at once we're in the game. He does, however, have a 200% plus positive addition to recruiting undead units, because he is technically the living lord. And then I think if we switch over to the Red Duke, I thought he would have the opposite, but he doesn't. Okay. I'm going to be playing on the campaign on very hard, although it is heavily modded. I'll talk about some of those mods later. The battles will be on hard, although I'm also using a battle overhaul mod called Rice, which I have found, which will be my first playthrough using the mod. I like to switch up which battle mods I use and test out all the different ones. This one sounds quite good so far from the description, and I like a lot of the changes that they say they've made. And then we'll have a legendary Chaos Invasion, and I've altered the Chaos Invasion with a mod that means that when Chaos shows up, not only are they at war with everybody, not select factions, they have no favoured factions. They don't hate me more than anyone else, they don't hate anyone else more than anyone else, they are literally at war with the world, which means no more Chaos just wandering by certain provinces and ignoring different people. They will literally be here to burn everything to the ground, and there will be lots of them, but because there will be everyone, they will be against everyone, I put it up to legendary because I will have plenty of help for a change. So that's the faction we're playing. This will be the game. So let's dive in. I will see you in the campaign map. Alright, welcome to Mousillon and Bretonnia, everybody. How they play. The Duke of Mousillon. Mallobaude will offer any enemy faction he defeats a chance to join him or die. If the faction accepts his offer, they become a vassal, and neither me or the vassal can break this vassalage, which is a nice change to the usual vassals who hang around for a few turns and then just decide they're better off without you. If they decline, however, their faction leader will no longer be able to lead an army, and I can't do any diplomacy with them. So people who decline to become my servants will no longer be able to march out on the map. So it's an interesting way of sort of relegating legendary lords to their thrones, as they are fearful of meeting me on the battlefield a second time. Knights of the Black Grail. Mallobaude can recruit several agents that reside in Mousillon that will help him in his quest to claim the Bretonnian crown, and I have access to the vampiric bloodlines. So I'm actually going to roleplay that quite heavily, and when it comes to the bloodlines that we have here, so I have my Fallen Knights, which I will definitely be able to use, and then once I have the Red Duke hanging around, if he is the one that attains the red kisses, I will be allowing myself Blood Dragon recruits, and then beyond that there are certain places on the map that I'm going to take before I allow myself these. So heading down into the Badlands for the Strigoi, possibly the same sort of area for the Necrocs and the Necroc Brotherhood, and then of course across to the Silver Pinnacle or Lamia for the Lamian Vampiresses. So yeah, we'll almost certainly be looking at Fallen Knights and Blood Dragons as the main source of our vampires, and I won't be hiring any straight up vampire lords. I don't. Now the bloodlines are in the game, I much prefer to theme my armies and use them. So that's how the game plays out. We start off with the thrice damned Barony of Mousillon as our only starting place, but very quickly I am going to go and take Lyonesse. So let us set about this. How do we? Who have we? Have the ruined ducal palace of Mousillon, which we can upgrade into the restored ducal palace of Mousillon, which allows us to get White King's Graveguard with great weapons, regular Graveguard, Black Knights, and Black Grail Knights right from the get-go. So we might look at trying to raise the cash for that quite quickly. We also have our regular barracks, which gives us mounted peasant archers, peasant bowmen, and men-at-arms with swords that we have a bunch of, along with a port for income. And we start with 5,000 gold, as is usually the case. So one interesting thing with Mousillon, I don't know if this is part of the mod. I will have to wait and see. I do have tier 4 buildings turned on, so I don't know if this is because of the mod itself that I'm only allowed up to tier 3 in a minor settlement. I'll have to take another one before I can... Where's the nearest one? Before I can tell whether or not that mod is working, and if not, I'll go in and do some tests and see if I've messed something up in the load order. But for now, let's get into a fight so I can show off some of these awesome looking units. Everything has its own skins and models and all sorts, so it all looks absolutely fantastic. So we will fight this opening fight. They ran away. Don't run away. There's a paladin already. Pepper Dubois. And this one is being left by Clarice Dubois. Oh look, I'm gonna kill your sister, mother. Says it's even. Don't think it is. So we're up against some battle pilgrims, some proper men-at-arms, some peasant mobs, some peasant archers, and a unit of Knights of the Realm. And on our side, 2 units of polearms, 4 units of men-at-arms with swords, 3 peasant bowmen, a unit of the Black Knights, Mounted Peasant Archers, and my Trebuchet, along with Mallobaude himself. So let's jump in and have a look at these. So these are the Black Knights. So you can see we've got the undead glow, but we have Bretonnian horses with skeletal Bretonnian horses with all the barding and knightly honoured look, along with Bretonnian style knights on the back, which are absolutely awesome, covered in dirt, like they've been in their graves once already. Ruined heraldries and all the works look absolutely fantastic. If we come over here to our living units, we find some plague and pox-ridden peasants, looking almost dead but not quite. These guys have the taint of undeath, and they're dirty and pox-ridden and living in marshes and all sorts. They look absolutely terrible. He's keen, at least. So these are our men-at-arms. Again, ropes and things. Mousillon is well known as the smallest and poorest of all the duchies, as well as being the most cursed. The city of Mousillon is slowly sinking back into the swamps and all sorts. So it's very thematic, very well done. And then we have here our glorious leader, Mallobaude himself, who has a living steed. I believe he is still human at this point. But yeah, his symbol is the snake. We see it on his shield there. It's a very dark elf-esque shield, but on his helmet as well, it's, let's say, a very well-crafted individual model. And then this sword pommel is absolutely fantastic. Very vicious-looking sword, reflecting his nature. If we look at the peasant bowman, again, more of the same. Beautiful work on the textures, making these guys look absolutely awesome. Look at these faces, they're covered in dirt. They almost look like masks, but I don't think they are. Patches and sewing visible all over, scraped helmets. Yeah, Mixu and the guys that worked on this did an absolutely outstanding job. It really does look absolutely fantastic. Lot of fun to play with. So let's get the game rolling and let's go find them. Where's the enemy? There they are. Okay, they are over that side. Should probably have grouped these guys. Never mind.
We fight for Bretonnia! Mounted and ready!
Yeah, the Knights of the Realm there. Okay, let's have you... These guys are right in the middle of everybody. Let's have you throwing things at them. Oh, lovely shots. Look at that. So this is the proper Bretonnians, looking much cleaner, even though they are still peasants. I'm not sure what they think hiding behind their weapons is going to do for them. Alright, here they come.
Peasant bowman! Boats ready! Run, man!
Brace, brace, brace. Did I get them in time? Yeah. Okay, so there we see the first difference of the combat sim. The guys that they run into, they don't get thrown 1,000 yards. They get kind of flattened and take a huge chunk of damage on the charge. We're going to turn around and go in there. You guys shoot them. You guys shoot them.
We serve! Die, Fangs! Attack! Fields Trebuchet!
Okay, so our Black Knights charging in the back there made very short work of these guys. I'm using cinematic battle effects as a graphical mod on here. Alright, you guys can go down here now. With an additional submod that makes the blood stay on the ground for a lot longer. Oh wow, they have bailed already.
By the lady! Bowman ready! Come on, lads! For the grail!
I'm pretty sure I need to be careful of friendly fire more than normal in this as well. I'm fairly certain that's turned on. Mallobaude is currently going to tear this poor damsel a new one. There's not really much she can do about it. Oh, she's trying her hardest to run away. It's a prophetess, not damsel. My bad. Yeah, he's gonna cut her down here. There we go. She did. And that's the first fight. Let's let these guys chase down at least one of these units. Where are the archers? No. Archers. There we go. Chase them down. And you guys can stop firing so we don't hit our own people.
Yeoman archers! Get them moving! Honor and glory!
Then we will just fast our way through this. Shouldn't take too long. We're done. And they're done. Alright, send that. So yeah, different combat. A lot of mods to the campaign side of things as well. Wow, that trebuchet killed a lot of peasants today, but they didn't really show up with a whole lot of useful things. Be interesting to see how it's always interesting to see how the AI works with battle overhaul mods and how effective they are with them. Hopefully, we get some bigger, more interesting fights against more than just peasants relatively quickly. We'll take the replenishment. Oh, that's right. They'd already backed off. I didn't need to chase anybody down. That's my bad. So I'm going to take a point in Route Master, and then I'm pretty much going to turn this guy into. I'm going to turn the Red Duke into a duelist. So we'll see where I go. It's always good to get down to lining strike as early as possible. But maybe I'll make him more of a ducal lord, and put some points into all this, all the dark majesties and things, and go down the red route a little bit more. Oh, that's not messing around. It's just my mouse double clicking when it's not supposed to. Okay, so so we want to get to this as quickly as we can. What does that get me? It just gets me pole arms, and then these guys once I get a workshop. I think what I'll probably do is just do this for the income and the growth to begin with, even though Mousillon's quite big. And then, so we get our own tech tree here. So we still get the Lamian Book of Blood. We get the Liber Necronomica. And we get the Book of Arcan, but then in place of I'm guessing this is the Strigoi normally, we get our very own City of the Damned. So, which gets me growth and income pretty quickly. Okay, projections. Ward save 10% for all peasants. I think just for the just for the roleplayness of it, we'll go into that. What can we do about Lyonesse? Can we go and lay siege to Lyonesse immediately? Just cut them off from any...
This better be important.
I'm very tempted just to go immediately lay siege to Lyonesse so that they can't recruit a new lord to bother me, and then I can get the province straight away at the beginning. Feels a bit like cheating almost to have wiped out their only army like that. Didn't realise it was their only army. Obviously that the goal is Cologne.
More sleep shines.
Recruitment wise, we have access to skeleton spearmen and warriors, and technically black knights, but we can't afford them. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do then, so it's a lot cheaper to raise the dead than it is to recruit the dead. So my penalty to recruitment doesn't affect raising, which is interesting. So I'm just going to take the 1 unit. Actually, I'll take the 2 units of zombies as well, so we can see them if we go into another fight quite quickly in this episode. I'm going to try and keep these to about half an hour. Yeah, for these episodes.
Seas of blood.
Oh, they have a... Well, that's okay. Adelhard de Lyonesse, I forgot, he does have 2 units of knights errant with him. They've got some spearmen, some foot squires, and some archers. We could probably win if they ride out anyway. So we'll let them do that because it puts them on our terms. Hopefully he doesn't just ride over to Mousillon, because that would be annoying. Let's just have a quick look at the Knights of the Black Grail as well. So we have Sir Boujar is a knight who joins me. He joins as a hero, I believe. He's a legendary hero, unique hero. We have the Rusting Blade, who is another unique hero who joins me. I'm not sure with this guy, Sir Orkazan. He may be another hero. It says he's my diplomat, so I don't know. Like, it looks like they're the 3 different types of heroes. You've got sort of the assassin type, you've got the paladin type, and then you've got the diplomat type. And then the last one is the sorceress, Lady Nicolette. She is a unique lord that gives me a caster lord as a general, a unique caster lord as a legendary lord, semi-legendary lord, which would be interesting to get. She's a sort of vampiric magic support caster who likes to go after magic things. So they're the unique sort of faction people that I can recruit, and yeah, let's roll the turn and see if these guys try and liberate themselves from me. So it turns out the Adelhard the Coward has fled from Lyonesse and left the city to its to defend itself, and they are going to fail miserably. So we're going to go straight in here, and even though it would only be 1 more turn to get 3 siege engines, I'm actually just going to bash some walls down with my trebuchet. So we're going to go in and fight this, so we can have a look at the skeletons of Bretonnia. Okay, so here we have skeleton warriors, all wielding, all looking very Bretonnian with the right old helmets and things. These guys look great as always. So here we have them side by side with the people they used to be. So yes, don't worry guys, you will soon be just like our fear-causing little friends here. All right, let's get this set up and get this show on the road.
War machines! What orders? Pullman!
All right, let's get this going.
We serve our liege! Shields! Aye! Ready to ride! Like the wind! Doing our duty!
So I'm pretty sure the gatehouses have a bit more stability to them, walls as well. They look pretty good. There's a nice grail on there. As much as the siege battles are generally the worst part of the battles in the game, they do look great.
My lord.
You can't fault them there. Let's try not to get him too shot up. Go hide. So what's that? Spearman, peasant bowman, peasant bowman. So we kind of actually want to go in here.
Aye!
I just don't want them surrounded, so I'm going to shove both in at this side. That'll do. And then the towers, yeah, so the towers now have a decent range, but they're completely 180-degree firing arcs. There's no hiding in little spaces between the towers anymore, which is a good thing. That's definitely an improvement for me. Let's shove the skeletons up there, since they don't suffer from fatigue. That has been modded out as well. And then we'll put the zombies in here to take this flat. And you can just go climb those walls. Meanwhile, you guys can go into these siege towers. Oh, I cannot get used to my mouse at the moment. I've not changed it. I'm not sure why I'm struggling.
Aye! For my liege! Infantry! Climbing! Get climbing!
Okay, so they're ignoring my zombies. That's not very nice of them. You can come a little bit closer. I'm good. How close is... yeah, that gate's going to take a while.
Ready to loose!
Stop ignoring my zombies.
Ride hard! Doing your bidding! Run!
Okay, so we got up in here, we're going pretty well, and then we're going to get the zombies up into them. Zombies are easily replaced. I'll try and get some more trebuchets fairly quickly if I can as well. So we're doing some hits to these guys. So
Peasant bowman!
let's get you guys shooting.
For the
No.
ground!
Get you shooting them, since I'm now going into combat up here. Okay, so because this one's set back and it fires 180 degrees, I think I'm actually going to be able to put shots in them from this tower. Yeah, that's cool. Got some of my own people in here now.
Pullman!
Let's get you guys into there anyway.
For the lady! Shields! Aye!
Get
For the
all of you in.
cradle!
Let's get all of you in there.
Lord! Run, man! Right!
My skeleton warriors are now falling apart. Wish the... You sometimes wonder, there's a couple of mods that out there that like double the size of most of the models, and the game looks so much better when they are bigger models rather than little ants that are smaller than the walls they're supposed to be able to look over and things. Alright, bloody and glorious. How are we doing on this side? Let's get you guys to come down here. The rest of you just keep fighting. How's the gate going? Nearly halfway through, so the gate can definitely take more damage. My archers are done. So I'm actually not going to get through the gates. I'm gonna have to capture gates to do that. We can get down onto the ground. This is basically over up here.
Shields, aye. Bretonnia!
Let's go in there.
As you say, doing our duty. Victory!
So I have all the towers, so I can bring these guys up now. Not that they can get in, but I guess I could have run someone over to the other gate. No, well, it's quite cinematic watching this. Why are you guys just standing there, though? Oh, this one unit is holding everything up. The spearmen with shields just holding everybody up. Come on, guys. We just now there is some fighting going on at least. Who's that? Who's still able to shoot? Oh, you're back here. See, look, we need help on the ground floor here, guys. So my skeletons, yeah. Skeletons are falling apart. Let's keep one unit up here. That more foot squires, yeah. Oh, I've lost a unit. Oh well.
The cattle rise against us.
Shields! Oi!
Let's get 2 units down here then. We don't need everybody up here anymore. Gate nearly done. 79. Oh, we hold the gate. We should be able to come in now. Stop hitting it and walk through it. There we go. That'll help. Where am I? This has been pretty costly.
Yes.
Giving the defenders various bonuses to sticking around so that they don't all break has definitely given them some help. But we should smash these with my Black Knights now coming in. Where are you guys going? Oh, you back here. There we go, now we broke them all. Those trails are great. Not sure I particularly love the amount of blue glow, but the models look fantastic. Alright, that's Lyonesse captured. We have a province. Alright, so I did lose my skeletons. I didn't get them back through the Curse of Undeath or anything like that. I don't want to subjugate quite yet. So we will occupy Lyonesse. And we get the Banner of Rage, which is charge bonus, base weapon damage, and melee attack. So that can probably go straight onto my Black Knights that he has in there. And we've secured Lyonesse. So we look at this. I think we can get some growth and corruption going, I think is the way forward. And then Adelhard the Coward of Lyonesse, who ran away from his confrontation with me. Probably come back, but he might not. And then I have recruit defeated legendary lords, but the lords will go to their most favoured faction first as an option. So I won't be getting anyone other. I may be able to make friends with some of the other vampires and then get some of them later in the game, but it will not be easy. Vampiric corruption can come from snail hunting. Snail hunting is a thing? Apparently that's what we do in Mousillon. We hunt for snails and farms. Snails and farms. The problem really is I want to get to Lightning Strike, but I also don't desperately want these, so we're going to put some points in the red tree first, since he's going to be hanging around in town here. We'll stay where he is for now. We have a little bit of money, but not enough to do anything. How long before we get 2 turns before we can upgrade Lyonesse into a corrupted village? All right, that will do it for episode 1. I'm going to try and keep explaining the mods I'm using as we run into them, but I will no doubt forget some. If you do want a big long list, I can probably make that happen. It might take me a bit of effort. I'm currently running, it looks like 136 mods for this playthrough, individual mods, so plenty going on in the background, plenty of small changes, some big changes. There are a variety of new of different factions and modded factions. The whole of Bretonnia is currently playing as Lily's Bretonian mod, so the Bretonian factions are slightly different and will play slightly different. We have the Norscan dwarves in Krakadrak, thanks to Kataf. We have the different Tilia, Estalia, and Border Princes factions. They're all unique thanks to Kataf's TB mod as well. Then alongside that, the Necrarchs are a fully fleshed out faction now. So there's plenty going on around the map with different factions and things like that. And I'm sure we will run into a variety of other things as we go through the mod. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this is of interest. If you have any questions about how I got it all working, feel free to ask in the comments below. And if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, that would be fantastic. Thanks again for being here, and I hope you're enjoying it, and I will see you next time.